guys, this is Doc M, and welcome to a new snapshot video. This time we are in 18w15a, and finally we got the Dolphins, as they were already shown a little bit in the Bedrock edition, and now they're here in the Java edition as well. And you also notice that the water looks completely different, right? So the night vision effect was taken out again underwater, and you have this murkiness, especially if you go to swamps or so. It looks green and gross, and pretty cool, well done. But I also want to leave you some space to explore for yourself. You don't have to go to a swamp now. Let's focus on the dolphins and the more imminent changes. So spawning off these dolphins, they spawn everywhere but frozen water biomes, which is really cool. I mean, at the moment they don't have too much functionality yet. You can feed them, and I tried to see if they would breed, and that didn't happen. I also tried to spawn egg them, and I don't think there is different size variants in there yet. You can spawn a bunch here and see, but I don't think so yet. They have really fun behavior. They swim about, and if they have items, you know, they would chase after the items and play with them. Let's see if one of them is interested. Oh, there was a little bit of a lag spike because somebody teleported. Okay, all of them want to play with it now. Yeah, and they kick it kind of downwards, those items. And they like to jump out of the water. And I also heard they like to follow boats around. So let's see that. See their behavior there. Hello, I'm here with a boat. Oh wow, that's actually... Are they chasing me? Hello guys, come back. Chase me again. Well, they kind of tag along and definitely jump a bit and stuff. Look at that. I can hear him freaking out. Hey, I'm here with my boat. That's actually quite cool. Yeah, I like that. Dolphins. Well, and they even block you a bit there. They will have more functionalities, and it also, they have this effect, like we know from Zombie Pigman. If you anger one, all of them will be mad. That is in the game right now. I mean, obviously here I'm in creative, so nothing much happening, but let's go to game mode survival, right? And see what happens if you poke one. Hello? Ow! You others? You mad at me too? Oh yeah, the whole flock is coming after you. Right? Oh yeah, everybody is mad. Okay. No! Dog was slain by dolphin. Always wanted to see that. So this is just a quick first look on the dolphins. Obviously, there will be more stuff happening with them in the future. More updates and more things. And boy, the jungles are still the worst. Very laggy. Another new addition to the game is blue ice blocks. Yeah, blue ice. Looking good. You can find that blue ice in frozen biomes. They will contain icebergs sometimes. Here's a little screenshot for you. And sometimes even the whole iceberg can be this blue ice. I had this blue ice sitting over this torch here for quite some time now, and it doesn't smelt. So it's pretty much like packed ice, but as an alternative source. I don't think as of now it has any more properties, but that is just an assumption, aside of smelting, of course. We haven't had any time to do crazy testing or so. So there's that. Blue ice also looking pretty good. Nice decorative block as well. So good stuff. Find that in the icebergs. Of course, if you look around in general, the ocean is much more bright, and it's almost when I look back in my old videos, how I had the water in my texture pack, not this deep dark blue. And still, when you dive into it, I mean, it takes a while to adjust your sight, and then it still remains relatively dark and mysterious and murky, and I think relatively realistic. Although you know, if you look for night vision now, I believe this effect is still entirely removed, right, underwater. Yeah, so it has no effect, which is a bit sad. I would hope, you know, maybe some enchantment can have that effect again, like, I don't know, aqua affinity or respiration or something like that. That would be cool. Also, how light levels travel in water definitely got changed. Here, for example, let's place a bucket of water here and let's put a sea pickle in there and we check the light levels. F3. So if we look, that should be, let me quickly check, light 6, 5, 4, 3. See, so it decreases by 1 block only. That makes it in general easier to transfer light underwater. Before it was like the light level was decreasing every 3 blocks, and now it's just yeah, every single block. Pretty much just like on air almost. So yeah, that is quite interesting. And another change that goes quite deep if you look at the history of the game, right? Change of the look of water. It's been a while. Alright, and of course there is the big mystery item here in the update, the so-called Conduit, but with the help of the Sidecraft crew, I think we cracked the code so far that is crackable. First of all, yeah, you see a bunch of drowners here, and one actually was holding one of these guys here, a Nautilus shell. I had one randomly spawned in. But yeah, I definitely saw one holding one. So that means those Nautilus shells come from drops from the drowners. Haven't scanned the loot tables, but yeah, here we got one holding one. And yeah, so we have to look into the loot tables further. That is one item you need to craft. Those, yeah, you can call them underwater beacons. And pretty much it is, you take one heart of the sea. Maybe we find out by the end of the video where it comes from. Maybe this is a special treasure, because it's a very powerful item, this new Conduit, and this is how you craft it. So yeah, Conduit. And what does it do? Well, you can pretty much call it an underwater beacon, and you can see the guys here experimenting with it. So what does it do? Well, it can give you effects, and yeah, if you dive in water, so it only works if you're underwater, you get conduit power. What this does is it gives you the old night vision effect back you had, you know, when you were diving underwater previously. It also lets you breathe underwater infinitely or very long in survival, and it also makes sure you have a haste effect. So pretty much what is it? A beacon that helps you building and doing stuff underwater. How do you activate it? Well, you have to surround a 3 by 3 by 3 area of water by prismarine. Any prismarine block works, I believe. For sure the normal prismarine here. And then you need to have water around there. It can be floating water as well, right, Methods?
Yep.
Yeah, floating water, and then this will activate yeah, your conduit block. You have to place the conduit block in the middle here as 1 block higher, just like that, and then you put it on there, and then it would trigger if you remove that block. It needs its space. Oh, yeah, there you go. Might take some time. But if you just go ahead and place it randomly underwater, it probably won't work. Yeah, we can do some experiments here. Maybe try out some other walls. I mean,
Dark Prismarine didn't seem to work.
Dark Prismarine didn't seem to work. Okay, maybe here these lanterns work. We will see. I mean, obviously this thing is more meant to be underwater. Yes, it does. There you go. So Dark Prismarine didn't seem to work.
Wow.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Maybe I messed it up.
Yeah. Okay, let's do a test here with the other Prismarine. I would assume that would work too. You have to make a 3 by 3 inner space, but you have to fill in the corner, so it's 5 by 5 walls. So yeah, let's do some final testing with that here. But it's quite interesting. So it's technically it's really an underwater beacon. I guess that's the right term to describe it. And I would assume that's just an assumption, as we haven't figured out where the heart that you need to craft it comes from. I would assume that is maybe the secret treasure that is related to the Dolphins, and they might be able to guide you to it. That's an assumption, but probably it could be. Okay, so this works too. So the prismarine bricks, Dark prismarine for some reason doesn't work.
Definitely
Okay.
doesn't work.
Yeah, that is weird. As soon as that is in the mix, it doesn't do the trick. So stacking the beacons won't change the effects, by the way, or anything like that. And yeah, you can see a bunch of these drowners have the Nautilus shells. So yeah, that's the situation here with the drowners. They go nuts just now. And yeah, the new beacon-like item, Conduit, looks really cool as well. I like how it looks. Good stuff. Well, of course, as usual, you know, there's plenty of bug fixes. For example, a small one here. You can swim through 1x1 holes again. Wait, I had a 1x1 hole built up. My 1x1 hole is gone. Great, server crest. And he rises from the waters, and we need to answer this age-old questions. What happens if you put a dolphin on land? They just sit there. If it's... Yeah, I was about to say, if Minecraft logic is in play, they're gonna suffocate. Yeah. And that drops is raw fish cod. Okay, so that's what they can drop at the moment. But yeah, I don't encourage any poor dolphin killing. Doesn't have to be. Yeah, one bug fix was that you can actually swim through one wide holes again, for example, underwater, and so on. But there's still plenty of biomes. They fixed the bug. Yeah, still plenty of biomes. Still plenty of bugs. They fixed one where you could not. Oh man, I'm so sorry. They fixed one where we had pretty laggy yeah, behavior in jungles because there was vines spawning under the jungles and so on. That is fixed. So they're getting to many of the bugs, but still it's some new features. At the moment, I don't know, wow, where people will find the Nautilus shells or, you know, the cores from. Probably it's not implemented yet. Could be that it is related to the final behavior of the dolphins, and that is part of the treasure, because yeah, that seems to be a very valuable item here. Almost like an underwater beacon, right? So yeah, with that said, I'd say we wrap it up. I think I covered the most important stuff here for this snapshot. Do we have bullet drop with this thing? Yeah, we do. So I hope you enjoyed. See you next time. I'm out. Bye.